Now in class, we've talked about capacitors and how they store charge. And as we talked about that, we talked about bigger capacitors could store more charge. Of course, if you think about just charges building up, just in a very simple configuration here, where you are assuming the charges are traveling, trying to get from the positive side of the battery to the negative side, travel through here, and they collect on this plate right here. Because as positive charges are being produced, they're trying to get as far away from each other as they can. And as those spread out here, the negatives that are on this side, which previously was neutral, are going to be attracted up there as well. And that's how a capacitor works. Well, of course, that capacitor, if it is smaller, will be able to store fewer charges. So the size of the capacitor matters. Also, in some instances, we can take a capacitor and we can put a material inside here, which is called a dielectric. And that dielectric material is something that's harder for charges to travel through than air, and there, as a result, you can build up a higher capacitance on one side than the other. What really stops this from building up beyond a certain point is if you get too many charges here, you actually can get an arc across to the other side. So in this lab, we're going to put together a capacitor and measure its capacitance, etc. We're going to build a capacitor as one of the pieces of the lab that we're going to do here. Now the formula for capacitance is this. It's a different K, it's not the same K as in our other electronic stuff. So kappa times epsilon 0. Epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space. Area of the capacitor divided by the distance between the two plates of the capacitor. And K here, or kappa, that's the dielectric constant. If we don't have any of the dielectric in there, then it would just be dielectric constant of air, which is 1. So, what we're going to do is we're going to do an experiment with this and try to determine what the permittivity of free space is based on the experiment that we put together.